So competition in cloud gaming is really heating up, guys, and I am very excited to talk about today's news. We have xCloud soon launching on browsers on PC and iOS, including continuing to pack that library with more quality cloud games. GeForce Now continues their 1-year anniversary since the official launch last year, and the games that they've been packing this month have been some of the best so far they've ever had. We'll talk about that. And last but not least, Amazon Luna sees the release of a game, and Amazon's flagship title in New World is getting another delay. All that in this video, guys, so subscribe to this channel to always be up to date with xCloud, GeForce Now, and Luna news. Smash that like button if you're a cloud gamer, and of course check the timestamps down below for the news that you're looking for. First off, let's talk about the most exciting thing that we've heard regarding cloud gaming in quite some time. That is definitely the xCloud news. This is a service that I've been heavily watching, and I've also been heavily critical of them as well. They are now, though, on the verge of launching browser support here soon, which is a pretty big deal. And looking from the screenshot here, we get our first look at what xCloud looks via the web and the games that will be launching and playing off this web browser. The interface for me looks pretty clean. It does include a search bar, which makes sense considering the library is pretty big. Not only that, but iOS support should also be making its way with the launch of this browser support. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to other services like Stadia, Luna, they've been able to get around the Apple restrictions just by simply launching off the browser through Safari for the iOS devices. The same thing will be happening here with xCloud. Now, this was leaked because employees within Microsoft have been able to do a preview and they've been able to do a test build. Usually what that ends up meaning is that this is right around the corner of launching. Now, the official timetable that was given was spring, but I expect to see this launch next month or at the very worst April. Of course, this also leaves us with some big questions that I personally have. For one, the blades that power xCloud are still going to be running on some very old hardware in the Xbox One S. But despite that, I actually have a crap ton of hope here for some improved gameplay through the browser. Will they by chance improve the codec, or simply just being directly plugged via the Ethernet with my PC, will that finally give us some stable visuals? And guys, I do have some hope for that. Can we even see 1080p even if it is older hardware? What kind of improvements can we hope to enjoy now that we won't be restricted to just our phones? And guys, if I'm being frank, I'm actually expecting some really good stuff here. Now, last year we were told that upgrades would be made to xCloud, and it would come in the form of upgrading those Xbox One X's to the new Xbox Series X. And with that, we are hoping to see some big leaps in performance, and I'm pretty sure that we will. Couple this with the first-party titles that will be on xCloud and things like EA Play already present, maybe Ubisoft Plus down the line, and potential big future titles continuing to make a presence on the service. My hopes are very high for all of this. My question, though, continues to remain: are they actually going to be able to do any upgrades at all, since they can't even meet the consumer demand currently for people wanting to purchase an Xbox Series X, which is what is supposed to be the upgrades for xCloud? Guys, I hope so, but it is looking very promising here for xCloud, and if they can nail the performance, even giving us some stable action with the browser launch here soon, you will definitely see xCloud finally be taken a lot more serious. I'm very excited for that coverage here in the weeks and months ahead, and definitely stay tuned for all of that. With that, though, xCloud has launched even more games, and the library just continues to expand, and they've also added touch controls for more games as well. Starting off with the new titles we have here in Killer Queen Black, Deadfire Ultimate Edition, Wreckfest, and Dirt 5 via xCloud. And again, guys, Dirt 5 is a game that just recently released 3 months ago, and now it's available via the cloud. And of course, Wreckfest is an awesome game, but wow, the Deadfire Ultimate Edition here, Pillars of Eternity, while this game's now a few years old, this is a very high quality RPG title. To say that I'm impressed yet again would be an understatement for the titles that xCloud continuously has been releasing the last couple months. But of course, that's not all the news. There's also 7 games games have received full touch control support. Not too bad. Even Portal's on here, which is really cool. Spiritfarer is a relatively new game, and it came out, I guess, the second half of last year from what I remember. So it's great to see that we can do some like sneaky gaming here with the touch controls without actually having a gamepad. So I love seeing that they're supporting touch controls overall in xCloud and even more games. Guys, overall, I've been very impressed this past couple of weeks with xCloud because of the games that they've been coming out. And then, of course, this news here of the browser support that's coming. Hopefully, we finally get some stable gameplay. My fingers are absolutely crossed for that, and I'm very hopeful, and I guess we'll see very soon. So GeForce Now, if you're unaware, this month has been celebrating its 1-year anniversary since it launched, and boy, this has been one of the more impressive months the service has been through. It's been launching some big games, well over 30 titles coming this month alone. More have come this week. Of course, no other title has taken the gaming world by storm more than the game Valheim. I think I said that correctly, maybe I didn't, but the game is fully playable via GeForce Now. This week, though, the news that is being highlighted today is yet another favorite of mine, one of my top favorite franchises of all time for me personally. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord is getting full DLSS support, which is awesome, and it means I'll be jumping back in that game here pretty soon. But it also looks as though this week they are highlighting indie games, and there will be a free Weekend of Worms Rumble on Steam. This will be playable via GeForce Now, so if you're wanting to get some free gaming in, here is your opportunity. We also got 11 games coming this week, highlighted by the new title Hellish Court. This is like, I guess, the most realistic fighting game you'll ever play, and I have to say this one is not up my alley, but if you're into fighting games and you've always wanted to play something very realistic, well, here you go with this one. The rest of the list here is as follows, and there is some decent titles. South Park Stick of Truth is one of my favorite of all times, and there's some other indie games as well. All in all, a pretty great month so far for GeForce Now, and soon they'll continue with more of these monthly and weekly updates, and I know us GeForce Now users absolutely appreciate that. So coverage of this will continue on the channel, and I'm very glad that many games are launching on a weekly and monthly basis. Kudos definitely goes out to GeForce Now and their team. Alright, finally, let's talk some Amazon Luna, and we're going to start this with New World being delayed yet again. It had a release window of spring 2021, but will now be pushed back to August 31st. Now, I'm assuming that this game will be on Luna, but it's possible it's not, and with the recent new CEO reaffirming their commitment to first-party games from Amazon, it's curious to see this delay, but not completely unexpected. The fact is, it's an MMORPG, and these games are huge, and they take a lot of time to make. Obviously, for me, the biggest thing here is watching to see if this game makes its way onto Luna, maybe part of Luna Plus and their package. That would indeed make it a first-party title that is on the Luna service, which would be a first for a cloud gaming service at all. I've gotten to play this game extensively on Shadow. It's a fun title, it shows a lot of promise. The beta was actually stacked with a ton of people, and it will be interesting to see how this continues to play out. But with that, Luna has thrown out some more invites to US users as they announced via Twitter. Check your inboxes, also check your junk folder, and they also released 2 new games in No More Heroes and Blaz Blue Cross Tag Battle. Like usual, guys, I'll keep you up to date on Luna news, and more content of Luna will be on the channel in the future, but it does have to continue to expand a bit more to more countries and more places. Either way, I am excited to continue to play this service and give it a shot. So far, it's been pretty fun. It's been a little hit or miss in some places, but you guys will see that pretty soon. Either way, guys, like I said, watch the channel for all that coverage. With that, let me know your thoughts on the xCloud news today. Are you guys hopeful for the new browser support? How many of you use xCloud and enjoy it right now? What are your thoughts as well on GeForce Now and its 1-year anniversary? What games have you been playing on the service? Lastly, guys, Luna and New World being delayed, and what do you guys think about their 2 new games? If you haven't already, though, subscribe by hitting that red button, hit that notification bell as well. I'm Sunny, and as always, I'll see you guys in the cloud.